Hello and welcome back to Chicken Police. Now, there's a certain order that you're supposed to do these questions to get the best kind of ranking possible, but we're going to try to all but fail. So, not very confident. Sure you're alright?
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're alright?
Yes. Excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
Let's see. Let's maybe start flirting a bit. That'll work.
Tell me, what's your star sign, sweetheart?
My what? My star sign? I don't see how that's relevant.
I like to be unpredictable sometimes. It's an old detective thing. Just answer the question, please. You'll understand everything in time.
All right. The dancer. The answer is the dancer.
I see.
The dancer. I see. Thank you. This could be useful later on.
If you say so.
Let's continue on. Stop playing Fright and Pray, Sunshine. Start singing.
Stop playing the fright and pray, Sunshine, and start singing.
But please, I don't like this cocky behavior. Excuse the expression.
Look, maybe it's best if we act like we never met, and you gallop out of here on your pretty long legs before I get rude. I can be rude, believe it or not.
Oh boy.
I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Featherland.
Yeah, understandably.
Happens to most people, you know.
You break into strangers' homes often?
Tell me, do you break into strangers' homes often?
But please, I've heard you're straightforward and...
Rude?
Yes, exactly. But...
And you're galloping away from the question, ma'am. No offense, of course.
Well, what can I say? It's a racial trait. Everybody has to be good at something.
You're right about that.
Let's see. You know what you want?
Do you even know what you want?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Featherland. I thought...
What? You come in here, swaying your lovely hips like some kind of femme fatale, make me have a drink with you, and expect me to believe everything you say?
That's not exactly what happened.
I'm making you drink?
Well, okay, sweetheart, you had no hand in that.
Alright.
I'm sorry I wasted your time, Mr. Featherland.
Let's see here. Why'd you come to visit me? Why not your employer?
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
Makes sense.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
And how'd you get this address?
How did you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You are the head of the famous Chicken Police, am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
Lucky for you, Deborah.
what exactly do you expect?
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Apparently she's not getting it.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
Oh my.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Let's see here. Let's just pretend you never found me here.
Let's pretend you never found me here, okay?
Do you think she would believe me?
I don't know, and I don't care. But I think you're a great actress.
Not good enough to fool my mistress. She's very much like you, in a way.
Nope.
Not too much, I hope.
Let's see.
Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
Oh.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Oh.
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little. Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Oh.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
And finally...
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Uh-oh.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
So, by getting rank 1, we get a achievement, and we get the rank of Frank Drebin. Best character best known as portrayed by Leslie Nielsen in the Police Squad TV series and in the Naked Gun movies. But let's retry that.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay, so let's be nice. Tell me, what part of the city do you live in?
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that, I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Well, let's see here. Why'd you come to visit me on this particular?
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
Oh?
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
She's a little frightened. Why did you come to visit me?
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself, out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Sorry, sweetheart, I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
And don't you think it's all a little bit suspicious?
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
Oh, good.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Okay. And tell me, why should I believe any of this?
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
And be honest.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Living legend. Achievement unlocked. Nice work, partner. Final thoughts. Perfect job. Exactly how you've done it 10 years ago. But be aware, Clawbill, Sunny Featherland, and Chicken Police are back in action. Player Natasha's current significant other is infamous gangster Ibn Wessler. And hopefully that ringing I'm hearing isn't coming from the microphone. Coming through the microphone. Yeah, this seems to be part of the game. Mysterious Messenger, Miss Deborah Bach as a player is certain Miss Natasha Kitsenko. Player of Natasha's current significant other, famous gangster Ibn Wessler. Uh-oh. She's afraid that she's secretive, or she's just secretive, and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything you told me is true. Pretty sure about that. Player currently bolsters the rank of Ibn Wessler, to put it mildly. This explains a cloud of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. Tasha Katsenko, cat, Felis catus, gender female, special feature, remarkably green eyes, and she is definitely in trouble. So am I. Player Miss Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she's receiving serious threats. Currently girlfriend of notorious gangster Ibn Wessler. This explains a lot of things, mainly the extent of secrecy. Yep. Hobart Ibn Wessler, species Ratus. Special feature, good looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. That's only half of what I've heard about him. He's got his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. Oh boy. Hotel Atlas. Used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by decay first. Hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind. Nothing new in the Codex. Questioning points, 10 out of 80. Nice. Scenes visited, 1 out of 32. Achievements unlocked, 2 out of 31. Codex entries found. Nice. Everything coming up good. Now we can at least talk.
Legs that go. Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Here we go. I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Interesting. And Czar Club.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland?
Ooh.
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Well, he understands quite a lot.
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Uh-oh.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Czar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Ah.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
Oh, probably.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Oh.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Yeah.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Okay, so we're getting all sorts of information, but that'll be for next time. When we come back, folks, this is going to be one heck of a whole thing, isn't it? Have a good one.